Good day everyone, my name is Maria Lloyda Chatfield, and tonight in this video I am going to tell you what are the in-demand jobs here in Canada that you may know. Maybe because you are planning to come to Canada when this pandemic is over, right? And maybe you're going to ask to yourselves, if you're here in Canada, what are the kind of jobs that you are fitted in? And what kind of skilled jobs you are looking for or they are looking for. So this video might give you a tips or background information that might help you to find a better job when you come here. So before we proceed, I want you first to please don't forget to subscribe my video, like it, and even share it. Okay? So thank you for doing that, and now let's roll it on what are the in-demand jobs here in Canada. Jobs here in Canada are divided into three kinds of skilled jobs. We have the high skilled jobs that are in need of your certifications from the universities and colleges, and even your apprenticeship training. So if you are done with those kind of professions or courses, then you can be considered or you belong to a high skilled job. And semi-skilled job or the low-skilled job are those jobs that even if you're high school, you have already the on-job training, you finish certain certifications or courses, then you can be considered in a semi or low-skilled job. So what example of these semi-low-skilled jobs? Those are the jobs that includes the sales service, sales service, transport, and other kinds of jobs. And the unskilled jobs are those jobs that doesn't need any certifications. It is your abilities, your skills, your innate capacities, how you can work on it. So that is the unskilled jobs. This kind of job are those who are working in a farm or you're working a certain animal production. If you know how to take good care of those animals, or how you're going to know how to work in a farm especially, then this kind of job belongs to unskilled job. So those are the three kinds of jobs that you may know, and maybe you know where you are fitted in, where you belong. If you finish certain profession or courses, then you know where should I belong. Is it in a high skilled, semi-skilled, or unskilled jobs? So now let's proceed to the in-demand jobs that I am sure you are waiting for. Okay, these are the in-demand jobs here in Canada that you may know. So first is the sales associate representative. These sales associate representatives are those kind of job that helps the sales of a certain business, in order to improve and not to lose something, right? So they are in charge and working with the people, especially the customers, greeting the customers, and even solving the problems within the business. So the sales associate manager his or her responsibility to look out the situations of the business, especially when it comes to sales. Okay, aside from that is the truck drivers. Truck drivers is also in demand here in Canada because Canada is a progressive country. They have lots of constructions and even big land of area in which their crop productions is one of the resources here in Canada. So they need more drivers for that for that matter. So truck drivers, whether it's a forklift or a long haul trucks, then if you have the talent, if you have that experience, you have the certificate as a truck driver, then you can easily find a job here. Aside from that is the welders. Welders are also in demand here in Canada. So if you finish a certain course or an on-job training certificate and this kind of job, then you can work here in Canada because they also need here welders. It's a manual, it's a kind of job that use our hands. So if you have that ability, you have that skill and experience as well as a certificate, then for sure you can work here in Canada as a welder. Aside from that is what we call the receptionist. Receptionists are this kind of job that they are the first person that the customers meet or encounter. But aside from that, as a receptionist, you know everything in a certain office. You are the one who is in charge of calling the customers, sending papers or emails and everything to the people that needs these things. And receptionist, she knows everything. She knows everything about the business, about the office, and the people worked there in a certain business, right? So if you have that experience, if you have that skills, if you have that certificate as a receptionist, then that you can work here. When I was still looking for a job here in Canada, when I arrived here, there's always a receptionist opportunities or offers, job offers. But I can say to myself, I'm not really good in that matter because I was like, I didn't need to be tall and beautiful, but I don't think so. I'm not good. I'm good in communication, but in other areas, I am not really good. So that's why I did not apply as a receptionist. Aside from that is what we call the web developer or the software developer. We know that we are in a modern technology right now. If you are expert in codings and building apps in laptops or phones, then you are for sure can find a job here in Canada because that's what they need here as software developer and web developer. So even if different countries, they need this kind of skill. So if you have this kind of knowledge about computers, about Microsoft or everything as far as technology is concerned, then you can work here in Canada in that job, which is a soft developer and a soft web developer. Aside from that is the business development managers, like encouraging the customers to buy their products. And they even the one in charge helping the staff in a certain business how to close the deals. So you have this experience, you have these talents, you have these abilities and skills, and even certificate how to deal about business. Then you can be a business development managers. Business here is also business courses, background is really in need here in Canada. Aside from that is the general laborers. General laborers are comprises of the construction workers, cleaners. They can work anything, from cleaning, from moving things, from equipments and everything. Then that's what we call general laborers. Construction is one of the example here in Canada. So if Canada is also need in those kind of jobs. So if you have the skills, especially as skilled laborers, possibly work here as a general laborers, work construction workers, cleaners, and others that you are good at. And aside from that is the project managers. These project managers are in charge of a certain projects. He or she is he's in charge on the situation of how the project works. It is his or her lookout if it works well. Aside from that is the heavy duty mechanics. So these heavy duty mechanics are those people who are working in heavy machines, equipments, maintaining and repairs of these machines. So if you have that kind of skills, if finish certain course about these things and you have the talents and abilities, then this heavy duty mechanics is also in demand here in Canada. So do you have this kind of experience or skill? So don't worry, you can work here, right? Aside from that is what we call the merchandiser. These merchandiser are this kind of job that helps the store if what are the stocks that are low or what kind of stocks are fast to be sold, right? And it is also his or her lookout how to look the shops in an captivating or an attractive way towards the customers. So that is merchandisers. He knows everything about the shop that he or she is working. And aside from that is what we call the electrical engineers. These electrical engineers are those engineers that is in charge in the electrical wirings. You know, as I said a while ago, constructions here in Canada is always, everywhere. So definitely these electrical engineers, this kind of engineers are in demand here in Canada because electricity is part now of what we call modern economy. Because if we don't have electricity, then we don't have any businesses. And jobs here in Canada is what we call the accountants. The accountants are those what we call the number crunchers. They are the one who help the business thrives, especially during the tax season. So they are working on numbers, they're working how the situation of the business works, especially when it comes to money. Is it doing well? Is it losing? Does it gain more or not? So that is the rule of an accountant. And if you are an accountant and this accountant belongs to high-skilled jobs, then you are finished a certain profession or course in a university and you have enough experience, then you can work here in Canada as accountant. Okay? And aside from that is what we call the HR managers. These HR managers or the human resource managers their in charge or responsibility is to recruit appropriate talents or applicants that is suited in a certain position, because here in Canada it's about a tight market when it comes to, it's a competitive also when it comes to hiring a certain applicant. So if you are very good, if you have the talents, you have the skills how to hire a certain person in that certain position as well, then you can be a human resource. You can apply as a human resource. But take note, if you have the experience, you have the talent, not the abilities, the skills, and of course the certificates that you finish a certain course in human resource. And aside from that is what we call the financial advisor. Financial advisor are this kind of job that helps the family and even to the individual in handling their money. So they knows everything about investments. How many years, what kind of investment are you going to apply? So these are under, this is the work of a financial advisors. If I will not forget, I was hired to become a financial advisor, but I did not take it because I am not good in numbers. Because it's not only explaining to people what kind of investments, you are also going to explain to them how your money works. And it's more on computation, so just like accountants. So I did not apply it, I did not pursue it because I feel in my heart I am not really in that position, in that course, in that job. So I did not continue or I did not pursue. But if you are really good in this kind of job, then you can apply and you have the certificates, you have the experience and skill, then go for it. I'm sure if you're here, come here in Canada, you can be a financial advisor. You just only take a certain exams. And the last one is, which is really in demand here in Canada, is what we call the nurse. Nurse is really important here in Canada and one of the most in demand job. You know, whatever country, wherever you are, nurse is really important because they are the one who takes care of the patients. Nurse is really, we salute them for doing their best, taking care of others before their selves, right? So nurse, registered nurse is really in demand here in Canada. Nurse is in demand here in Canada, so there's a lot of job offers. Wherever you are, you could be in a city or in a town, nursing is really important here, especially in Canada. So those are the kind of jobs that in demand here in Canada. So it can be a high-skilled jobs, it can be a semi-skilled jobs, or it can be unskilled jobs. So it's up to you where you belong, what kind of jobs you are fitted in those jobs that I mentioned a while ago. So I hope everyone, you learned a lot from my video, even if it's not really clear, I did not explain it well, but at least you learned what are the in-demand jobs here in Canada, so that who knows, someday somehow you may come here in Canada and try to find a better job, a good job. So those are the in-demand jobs here in Canada. So that's it. Thank you and have a nice evening. Bye. God bless.